Hello, welcome again to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to cover a very interesting topic, which is deploying Django application on EC2, but using auto scaling and load balancer. Okay, so let's get started. So here you can see we are going to use auto scaling group to launch our instances. Okay, if you can look into this diagram. Okay, first of all, if public users will try to access application, we will have a load balancer. Okay, what the load balancer will do, it will equally distribute the application across different instances created by the auto scaling group. You will understand it better when we will be creating this auto scaling group, okay, and load balancer, so it can distribute traffic and these things. So this kind of structure, and we are going to create on AWS. So let's move to next. What we are going to do in this video, first of all, we will create, set up our project configuration, how the project should be ready for the deployment. Okay, then we will be going to create an RDS database on AWS EC2. We will connect it with our project, because our project will be going to use a different server. Okay, because if it's based on auto scaling, okay, if there's a two server are running, okay, so we have to manage a database through one platform. Okay, it can be AWS RDS, and we will managing migrations and migrate locally by connecting with this RDS. Okay, so and then we will install a PgAdmin tool, okay, which is a tool for the database management. Okay, I will show you how we can connect with RDS. Okay, this PgAdmin, it helps us to learn how we can connect and see our database tables, okay, and data. Okay, it's very interesting. And next, in the step 4, we will be going to launch and template on AWS EC2 for our auto scaling group. Okay, and then in the step 6, we will be going to verify the load balancer, and we will try to browse our application into the browser. Okay, and then we will going to SSH for the instance. If we need to update our code in the future, we need to get some git pull. Okay, so we will learn how we can connect with our instance and we can update our server. Okay, and then we will be learning to how to host a domain, okay, using a Route53 AWS services. Okay, and then we will connect this domain with our load balancer, so we can browse our application using simple domain. Then if in the step 9, we will be creating an SSL certificate using AWS Certificate Manager, and we will attach to the load balancer, so we can browse our application which will be SSL based. Okay, so SSL will be attached to our domain. Okay, and what next, it will be a surprise at the end of the video. Okay, so let's jump into my Visual Studio Code. Okay, yeah, this is, by the way, this is my Django application which is going to be deployed. Okay, and the source code and everything will be available on my GitHub. I will give this link into the video description. Okay, so if I just open my Visual Studio Code, okay, you have to understand how the structure is. Okay, it is very important. First of all, what you have to do, okay, if you have your own project, okay, you have to copy this johnnycon folder, scripts folder, okay, and user data.sh. These folders you have to copy and place in your project. Okay, then what you have to do, in user data, you can see GitHub repo URL. Okay, you have to replace the GitHub repo of your GitHub repo. Okay, and if it's public, you have to just replace paste it. Okay, if your repo is private, okay, then it will look like something, okay, like your GitHub repo and your username of the repo and the personal access token. Okay, because this script will execute, okay, automatically. If it's a private, you can replace with the username and the personal access token. How you can create a personal access token onto the GitHub? Okay, if I go to my GitHub profile and I show you, okay, if I click on my profile, if I go to the settings, and then you have to go to developer settings, and then you have to click on personal access token. Okay, you can click on tokens and you can generate token here. Okay, So you have to create token. You can give any name, okay, GitHub, AWS, okay, and you have to give permissions, okay, like GitHub, it should read, your repo. It should be clonable, okay. So yeah, you can give some permissions, okay, and yeah, for admin, okay, everything that's fine, okay. So you have to just give the permissions, okay, and then what you have to do, you have to just create a token, okay. When the token is created, you have to just copy this token, okay, and you have to uh, you know uh, put the token here, okay, here in the personal token place, okay. So then you can also clone your private repo. Okay, next you can see here my project main directory name, which is this one, Django EC2 AutoScaling, okay. If your project directory name is different, you have to replace it, okay. And make sure this is my manage.py file is in this directory, okay, then my parent directory. If your manage.py file is in a subdirectory, make sure to add that folder path, okay. So you can avoid any mistakes, okay. So then you don't need to change anything in this file, okay. It will automatically clone the repo, okay, and it will execute all these scripts, okay. Then if I just go to Jonicon file, okay, here you can see in the line number 8, okay, this is my project folder where my manage.py file is, okay. If your file is in a different folder, okay, make sure you give a correct path, okay. And then you have to in the second line, you have to just give the parent directory name, okay, whatever the parent directory is, okay. Currently I have this parent directory I have just written, okay. It is just for creating virtual environment, okay. So then in the line number 13, okay, you can see I have given the core dot, because my WSGI application, okay, which exists in this folder, okay. So I have just given, okay, because my parent folder is defined here, okay. Then in this folder I have this core, okay, and this core, and yeah, if your folder structure is different, make sure it's correct. So this is in the Jonicon service file, okay. And then if I open the scripts, okay, you can see you don't need to change anything in these after install file, and this is for Jonicon setup, okay. It will automatically execute, okay. Similarly, you make sure your folder name is correct where your manage.py file is. Why I'm telling this again and again, because mostly developers did mistake here, okay. They put wrong folders, okay, and they did not application deployment successful. But by the way, if you feel like you are stuck somewhere, okay, so you can send me a message on the LinkedIn, okay, or you can comment in the video, okay, or you can send me an email. I will be helping out you, okay. So this is file, you just have to change this line, and this is just for dependencies. You don't need to change anything, okay. And here you have to change the folder name, okay. Similar again, like where the manage.py file is, okay. Then you don't need to change anything in this folder. It will install a requirement.txt, activate virtual environment, okay. And then in the start app, okay, similarly you have to update the main directory folder name, okay, and you are good to go, okay. So these are the some configurations you don't need to miss out, okay. And in the requirement.txt, make sure Jonicon is added, okay, into your folder. And in this tutorial, because we are going to use Postgres SQL database, that's why I have added this library, okay. Make sure you don't forget to add this, okay. I will just add a comment, so you need to make sure these two lines are added in your requirement.txt. Okay, these are the things you should care about, okay. And you have to run the project locally first. Make sure it is running fine, there's no bugs, okay. So before you deploy on on the server, okay. And then you have to we are going to deploy application on AWS. So yeah, if I just go to my this, okay, yeah, this is application that is going to be deployed. Yeah, one thing, if you are not connected with my with me on LinkedIn, you can follow me on LinkedIn, okay. And I will be sharing nice articles and news on the LinkedIn. Also, you can subscribe to my channel. It will help me to create good quality content, because it's, get some time to create content. Okay, and you can follow me on the GitHub as well for nice repos if you want to get every week. Okay, so now I'm just going to create an RDS database. Okay, I will just search RDS into the AWS console. Okay, I am just going to create a database, and I will connect this database with my Django project. So just create a database, and simple standard create Postgres SQL. Okay, just select this Postgres SQL. Okay, and the variant name we have to just choose what is the latest one, and the by default, and the free tier, because I'm going to for just for this tutorial purpose. If you have different requirements, you can change it. And I'm just going to give some name Postgres. Okay, this DB identifier, and master username Postgres, and I will also keep the database name Postgres, so I should not forget any of the parameter. Okay, when connecting with the Django project, you don't need to change anything. Okay, if your project has different requirement, you can increase the storage, and you can also change the storage type, depends on how your project is. Okay, and then you will see, okay, you don't need to change anything, just you have to make sure the public access it is enabled. Okay, don't forget to enable the yes option. Okay, then you have to create a security group. Here I will give name Django and RDS. Okay, RDS security group. Okay, no preferences, it will automatically create. Okay, and simple. And then we have to just scroll down. Okay, additional configuration, it will run on the port 5432. Okay, that's fine. And in the additional configuration, that's fine, we don't need to change. Okay, here we have to give the database name. I will give Postgres okay name. Make sure you give the initial database name by clicking on this, don't forget. Okay, and I think that's it. Okay, we are just going to click on create our database. So it will take approximately 4 to 5 minutes to create this database. Okay, meanwhile I am just going to show you how we will connect with our Django project. I will just open my Visual Studio Code, and I will just go to settings.py file. Okay, and here we see the database. Normally when we create a new Django project, we have this kind of database. Okay, but when we are using Postgres SQL, we have to this kind of settings. Okay, engine is same, we don't need to change. And in the name I have given a Postgres name to my database, and the user also I have given Postgres, and my password was also Postgres, and the port was also 5432. Just only the difference is I have to replace my host. Okay, because my instance is being created in in 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, when it will be ready, I will just copy this host URL from my RDS. Okay, so if I just go to my RDS, okay, and if I go here, okay, so you can refresh. Okay, it's just still creating. Okay, if we just click on it, you can see endpoint is getting ready. Okay, we have to wait here. Meanwhile, one thing important, which is a security group, just click on security group, and here we have to make sure the inbound rules. Okay, just click on this security group and click on inbound rule. So because database when we will apply migrate. Okay, database will only allow if our IP is enabled. This is my system IP, so that's why it will allow me to connect with the database. Okay, but as you will be going to learn how to our EC2 instances has also need to connect with the database. So I'm just going to change it to 00. Okay, so you have to just change it. Okay, and when you are done, you have to just go back, okay, onto the RDS. Okay, and I will just refresh. Okay, okay, my instance is getting ready. Okay, okay, I have to just wait here. Okay, so Okay, you can see here, okay, endpoint is now available. I will just copy this endpoint, okay, and I will just go to my settings and I will update this host. Okay, so yeah, I will just make migrations, okay, and first of all I will just need to activate my virtual environment, okay, and then we have to, make migrations and migrate. I have already applied migrations, okay, so I will just apply python manage.py migrate, okay. So maybe you will need to wait 3 to 5 minutes, okay, because if RDS is totally ready, okay, then you can apply migrations and it will work, okay. So we have to just wait for 1 to 2 minutes. Meanwhile, other thing which is interesting, which is a PgAdmin. So if you just open the PgAdmin, okay, just go to the Google and download the PgAdmin for your system, okay. If you're using Mac or different operating system, you just need to download from official website of PgAdmin, okay. So when you done the download, just open the file. It will create application, okay. So if you're using Mac OS or different machines, okay, you can just download based on your system, okay. When you download it, okay, you have to open the application. Because I have already this application, I'm just going to open this application here, okay. Basically PgAdmin is to connect with your database, see how the tables look like, okay, and it is very helpful when you need to apply some operations, okay. So when your application is open, PgAdmin is open, okay, click on register a new server, okay. So we know our server name is Postgres, okay, that I have created on AWS, okay, and then I have password, and username is also Postgres, okay, and the port, then the host name, okay. Host name I can just copy from my RDS, okay. This is the host name, okay, and I will just go to PgAdmin, okay, and I will just try to connect, okay, and it will be connected, okay. So if our database will be ready, okay, and it will be connected, okay. So if I just show you here, okay, databases, and click on Postgres and schemas, okay. In the schema you have to just click on tables. You can see there is a no tables, okay. Let's go to the Visual Studio Code. We are going to apply a migrate command, okay. It will create a tables into our AWS RDS database, okay. As soon as these are applied onto our database, and I will see these tables into the PgAdmin, okay. So we have to just wait for our migrations to be applied onto the database. Okay, so migrations are almost applied, okay. So if I just go and maybe refresh, okay, you can see that these tables are coming here, okay. This is a user table. If I just open the user table, you will see there is a no user currently, okay, because I have not created any super user, okay. So yeah, first 100 rows, so there will be no data. It is connecting with the database and applying the query, okay. So we don't have any users, so I'm just going to create a super user, okay, clear, okay. I will just run command python manage.py create super user, okay. So I'm just going to create a super user so I can show you how the tables will look like. Admin, okay, super user is created. Just go to the PgAdmin again and then apply the query. So you can see this is a user which is created. So PgAdmin is a very useful tool, okay, because sometimes you need to export the data, okay. So suppose if you click on import export, you can export as a CSV, okay, and download in your system, okay. So that's very interesting to use PgAdmin, okay. Okay, next we are going to deploy our application onto the EC2. So just go to the AWS console, okay. I'm just going to the AWS console here, okay. So here you have to go to the EC2 dashboard. Okay, here you have to create a launch template. Okay, if I just go to the launch template, it will be at here under instances. So I will click on launch template. Okay, here you have to give Django project. Okay, and the version I will give 1.0. Okay, and then we have to just go to quick start. Okay, we have to select Ubuntu. Okay, and this we have to instance type. Okay, we can choose T2 micro. Okay, then we can create a keep here. Okay, if we needed to connect with our instance later in the future. Okay, I will just connect. I will just download Django project key. Okay, so the file will be downloaded into your downloads folder. We will use this later in this video. Okay, so next we have to create a security group. I will give name Django project security group. Okay, so this is a we have to give some this is a security group. Okay, simple. Okay, and the VPC is which is already connected. Okay, and we have to assign add a security group role, and I will just go all TCP. Okay, and anywhere. Okay, so it will be easy to go through this tutorial. Okay, so it will allow the traffic from HTTPS okay to that instance. Okay, so this is a template we are going to create. Just scroll down and click on advanced details and just scroll down and you will see the user data. Here is main thing. Just go to the Visual Studio Code and copy this whole file. Okay, and copy and just paste it into the user data. Make sure if you are using private repo, just comment this line and use this line. Okay, for a private repo. I'm using my public repo. Okay, so I will create a launch template. Basically, this launch template will be used in the AutoScaling group because if AutoScaling group need to create more instances, okay, based on the traffic, it will it will use this template always to create a new instances. Okay, our template is created. Okay, then we have to create a target group. Okay, so we can target our traffic from load balancer to the target group. So just create a target group here, select instances. Okay, give name Django project. Okay, and just leave it HTTP protocol. Okay, that's fine. Health check, click on advanced settings. That's fine. Okay, so just you have to click and create this target group. Okay, so because we have not created any AutoScaling group, just leave it. Okay, just create a target group. Okay, so the target group is no created. Okay, now you have to just go to the load balancer. Okay, and you have to just click on load balancers. Okay, and then here you have to click on create a load balancer. Okay, because we are going to create an application load balancer. Okay, click on create. Okay, load balancer Django load balancer. Okay, and we are going to use internet facing. Okay, that's fine. Then we have to mapping. If you want to use for subnets, okay, multiple availability zone, you can connect. I'm just going to use 2 availability zones. Okay, and the security group that we have already created, okay, while creating a template, so I will just select that security group here. Okay, and then we have to select our target group that we have created. Okay, we have to just keep the port 80. Okay, because it will be working on port 80 for the HTTP protocol. Okay, and then we have to just click and create this load balancer. We don't need to change anything. So our load balancer is automatically, being created. Okay, that's fine. Now what we have to do here, we have to know going to create our last thing, which is auto scaling group in terms of deploying application. Just click on auto scaling group and create auto scaling group, Django auto scaling. Okay, auto scaling group that we are going to create. Okay, and we have to select a template here. This is our template that we have already created. Okay, and then you don't need to change anything. Okay, because we have only the template which is version 1. Okay, so it is by default 1. Next. Okay, and then we have to choose the availability zones. Okay, you can choose up to, if you want to choose multiple. Okay, for your network. Okay, then you have to just click on next. You have to attach to an existing load balancer because we have already created. Okay, this was a target group and the load balancer which is connected. Okay, just select it. Okay, and turn on elastic load balancing health check. Okay, then you have to just click on next. Okay, here you can see the desired capacity. When the auto scaling group will be created, it will create a 1 instance. Okay, so minimum desired capacity 1 and maximum I will set 2. Okay, if target tracking scaling policy, okay, is reached, suppose if the first instance has reached to 50% CPU utilization, okay, it will create our second instance. Okay, so if CPU utilization is decreased, it will automatically terminate the second instance. So this is how auto scaling will work. That's fine. Just create next. We can add a notifications to get, but I'm not going to create any notifications. Just skip it. Next. Okay, and you have see all these configuration and just click on create auto scaling group. Okay, so auto scaling group is now created. Okay, if I just go and show you, yeah, this is auto scaling group and it is going to create EC2 instance for us. Okay, I can just go to the EC2 dashboard and it will quickly start getting created. Okay, you can see this instance which is pending. It is going to be created by the auto scaling group. Okay, so we have to just wait for 1 to 2 minutes here. Okay, yeah, meanwhile I think we can do one thing here. If you just go to the target groups, okay, and if you click on this target group, okay, and just click target, here we are going to attach a target group. Okay, so register a target group. Okay, this one, and port 8000, because our application will be running on the port 8000. If I show you in my project into the unicorn file, you can see our application will be running on the port 8000. Okay, so I will just go to, yes, here is, yeah, included. Okay, so this will be the target group. The load balancer will try to run on this port. Okay, so we have to just register a target group. Okay, if the target group 80 is created, you have to deregister. It is not required because our application is running on port 8000. Okay, so we have to just go to our EC2 dashboard again, and we can see our application is running. Okay, our instance is running. Okay, it is being initializing. Okay, you have to minimum wait 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, to get everything ready. When everything will be ready, okay, you will just click on load balancer. Okay, and click on this load balancer. Okay, and you have to copy the DNS name. Okay, and you will browse the application, but I will recommend you to wait for 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, then you can browse the application. So I'm just waiting for 2 minutes. Okay, now let me try to open my application. Okay, I have just a record of my load balancer. You can see this is how my application is deployed. If you feel your application is not working, okay, it is not accessible, any error, it's mean you did mistake. You did mistake where? You did mistake in the applying this folder names, okay, and this name. And also in these files, if where you need to define your project directory name, okay, so make sure all these things are fine. If still you feel problem, okay, you can reach me on the LinkedIn, okay, just make sure you send a message, okay, so I know I can help out you. And yeah, so this is how our application is deployed using auto scaling, okay, which is very great. Okay, so next thing is how we can attach a domain instead of going to this what I will say, going to this a racket. So what you have to do, you have to just go to Route53, okay. Here we will be registering our domain, okay. So you have to create a hosted zone, okay. In the hosted zone, because I have a domain on my GoDaddy account, okay, I will just open my GoDaddy account, okay. Okay, this is the domain, okay. I will just copy this domain and I will paste it, okay, simple. And then I have to register this domain, okay, and this domain will be registered, okay. So what I have to do here, I have to copy these name servers and I have to add on my GoDaddy, okay. So I'm just going to click on DNS, okay. I will just click on name servers, okay. So I will just make sure that my domain is properly connected. So I will just copy one by one all these records, okay. I will just change the name servers, just delete these ones first, and the second is this name server, okay. We don't need to add the dot, okay. Then the third one, which is this name server, okay, that's fine. And then we have to copy the last name server, okay. So we have to add it, okay. So we have to save it, okay. So it sometime it can take hours, okay, but normally it can take 5 minutes, okay. Your domain will be connected with your Route 53, okay. So when you update the name servers, okay, then what you have to do next, you have to connect, okay, load balancer with your domain, okay. So what I will do here, if I just click on create a racket, okay, so because I'm using DNS of my load balancer, okay. So what I will do here, I will just click on alias, okay, and we have to use the traffic from our load balancer, okay. There will be application and classic load balancer, just select it, and then we have to choose the region, because my application, my load balancer is in a Virginia region, okay. I will choose that region, okay. Then I have to choose the load balancer, okay. So I have to just attach this load balancer to my domain, okay. So my load balancer is connected. If I try to access the application onto this domain, maybe I can try, okay. So because sometime it takes to propagate the domain name server to the application, okay. So we have to just wait here, okay, and it can get ready, okay. Meanwhile, I think we can install an SSL certificate, okay, and it will be ready in a shorter time, okay. So if I just go to, yeah, that's fine. Let me just open AWS Certificate Manager, okay. I will just write Certificate Manager, okay. Certificate Manager, we are going to add a certificate, okay. I'll just go and because I have already connected with a certificate, but you can click on request, okay, and next you will need to just write a domain name here, okay, and then you will just click on request, okay. What I will do, I'm just going to delete it, okay, so I can just show you how it work. Okay, so that's fine. Just go and this is my domain name. Okay, and just click on create. Okay, so the domain is being created. Okay, so we have to wait, or if I just click on it, okay, what we can do, we can create this racket into our Route 53. We have already a domain, so I will just click on create a racket into. Okay, because when AWS provide a certificate, they provide us a CNAME racket. We have to add the CNAME racket into our domain. If we are not managing at Route 53, if you're managing on Cloudflare or GoDaddy, we have to add this racket. So I have added this racket onto the Route 53 because I am using Route 53. Okay, so pending validation. Okay, AWS take 5 minutes to get this ready. Okay, so they issue the certificate. So if I just go back to Route 53, so I will show you this CNAME racket is added, okay, onto our domain. Okay, hosted zone, click on it. So you will see, okay, this CNAME bracket, which is this one added. Okay, so we have to wait for SSL to be ready. Okay, and yeah, it is getting ready. So let's try to access the application again. Okay, it's still HTTP. Okay, it's still not accessible because it takes some time to get ready. Okay, because it has to get connected. Okay, because the name server are already added. Okay, so it can take some time. So our certificate is also pending, so I can just wait. Okay, so there is one interesting tool like where you can check your domain propagation. Okay, how it is being propagated and connected with your Route 53. Okay, so suppose I have domain dot shop. Okay, so this is my domain. If I check, so you can see in most of the regions it is no accessible. Okay, it is propagated and connected with the Route 53. It is still will need to connect with some other regions. Okay, so maybe I can try now again if it is accessible or not in my country. Okay, I think still it is not accessible, so it need to be connected to whole the regions in the world. Meanwhile, what we can do here, if you just go and to your load balancer, because we have to create a new racket there, so we can run application on HTTPS as well. So what I will do here, I will just go to my EC2 dashboard and I will just go to the load balancers. Okay, currently we have if I click on my load balancers and if I just go select on listener and rules, we are only running on port 80, which is HTTPS. What I will do, I will also add an HTTPS as well. Okay, and I will select the target group that we have already. Okay, and then here we need to select the certificate. Okay, we have already a certificate added, that's fine, and we have to just add. Okay, so this racket is also added. It will help us to run application on HTTPS as well. So no, I think almost every step we have done. Okay, now we have to just you will need to maybe wait, okay, for 10 minutes, for 30 minutes, okay, to get your domain be ready. Maybe I can try to start shop onto the HTTPS. Okay, but still it is trying to connect. Okay, so hopefully I can wait 1 minute more. Okay, so I have almost waited for 10 to 15 minutes, but in my region it is not working. But I can show you one interesting thing. I can, if I have my another browser, okay, here I can try to use VPN in a US region, so I can show it is accessible in the US region. Okay, so let me, my SSL, I am connected. Okay, so you can see our application is totally accessible on the domain as well. So I think, yeah, that's for today, and hopefully you like it. Okay, and if you like it, share this video on your LinkedIn, on your social media. Okay, also like this and comment if my video is helpful. Okay, so I will be seeing you in my next video. Have a good day. Bye.